Good morning, folks. I'm Jeffrey Marisha, aka DJ Marisha, for DJ Marisha Media platform. Here, following up on a story in regards to St. Kitts Marine Works there, New Guinea, Sandy Point area. And it appears as though that the proprietor, the owner of St. Kitts Marine Works, is here doing a one-man protest. So I am here to bring it to you live and direct. The gentleman here is Mr. Reginald Francis of St. Kitts Marine Works, and he is here staging his one-man protest in regards to his business there at New Guinea area there, Sandy Point. So before I speak to Mr. Reginald Francis, let me just take a quick read at his placard here. It's a local business must be allowed to thrive. Why SG right talks of negotiation, stall the case, then change the rules hours before talks. Why give out land that are already legally occupied by St. Kitts Marine Works under contract? You can't just say PWD, which is Public Works Department, said and call it justice. We are the deals for locals. We here is foreigners getting concessions. So basically, I'm going to give Brother Reginald Francis a chance to speak to you on camera. So Reginald, speak loud, please, because I'm using an external mic at this point in time. So speak to the people. You're live on DJ Mauritius platform, okay, and you're being heard by thousands, if not millions, around the globe.
Good morning. No, but I had to come out today, and eventually said enough is enough. We tried to do negotiations. They wrote to my lawyers wrote to them. They didn't reply. Then Edinburgh came and said that their lawyers want me to write to them again with withdrawing all the different aspects of the case and matters we had, which we told them, one, we're not going to withdraw our case until after negotiations are done. Also, I told them my lawyers don't need to write to them, because if they're negotiating, any negotiation has to be done with Reginald Francis. And for St. Kitts Marine Works, only one person could speak for St. Kitts Marine Works, that's Reginald Francis. They proceeded to cancel negotiations. Okay, I said, well, fine, we're letting it go through the court. I thought everything was over, but no. A few days ago, I get a message with someone passing through close to the boatyard saying that they have lands within the bounds on the eastern side of my boatyard. I said, okay, so he got the surveyor to put down the points. I further went and checked with my surveyor to make sure those points are within my bounds. And my boats are all within my bounds. And then this man's land is within my bounds. Now, this contract I did for the land, people don't realize I gave up 2 acres of land in Connery as part of the deal to get the lands at New Guinea. I paid a deposit. I have a sales agreement. We did the survey. We presented it to get the Crown grant done. My lawyers presented it. The AG has a copy of it. The Sustainable Development has a copy from 2021. And clearly, the boundaries are specified specifically in the agreement, which so much so, it doesn't say 26 acres of land, it says 26.68. It's so specific what I'm entitled to. And that is the lands that this gentleman, I think Austin Coker, his name is, has come and said that the government has sold him. He's, I don't know if it's an acre or 3/4 acre within my bounds. Now, I have boats on the land right now. I have been using it for more than 10 years, that section of the land. If I'm not mistaken, 15 years. What is the deal? Because they can't get what they want and they try to make me drop my case and they're going to now try and different things. This man wants to put a junkyard. Imagine a junkyard right through the middle of a boatyard. How does that sound? Does that sound spiteful or what? I mean, it's almost ridiculous.
Well, Brother Francis, it's unfortunate that over the last several weeks we've been hearing complaints from various businesses on St. Kitts and Nevis where it appears as though that the government that we elect, the Dr. Joe-led Labour administration, campaign about better for our citizens, better for the country, and for the good that they can do. But thus far, what I am hearing is worse than the former administration. And it's unfortunate that a son of the soil that has put in so much into the marine industry here in St. Kitts, and not just investing your finances, but your contribution to the community is really unquestioned. I don't know what is the benefit of pressuring our local entrepreneurs or business people who are trying to make it, to have been surviving the hard luck story from the previous administration into this one. But I would hope that you continue to fight the good fight. There are many individuals who are in support of your cause. Because of the victimization, as you know, in our beloved federation, people are afraid to come public to stand in solidarity. But I have been getting the phone calls, I have been getting the messages, and when I heard that you are out here today doing a one-man protest, I could not allow you to be here standing by yourself as a citizen. The DJ is always here for the DJ is always here to support our citizens and our people. So, Brother Francis, we're here at government headquarters. Let me just pan the camera here that folks will know that we are right outside the government headquarters. I'm pretty sure cabinet is in session at the moment. So I know that the message has been sent that this protest is taking place at the moment. So any further thing you want to say to the online viewers?
Yeah. Victimization, I think, is clearly a problem here. Because I was quiet for 2 years, but because I was so quiet, they tried to sell off my thing underneath me. And because I stood up, they started responding that if I don't drop my case, they're going to evict me. Then the AG went on public media and said, yes, I'm owed money, but he's been informed by Public Works that I was only owed $3 million. Now, this, in our case, we pointed out to the AG's office that the flaw in that estimation, and he very, very well understands the amount is a full amount, a totaling well over $12 million. Now, he's saying that Public Works say plausible deniability. Why can't he let his people spend 5 minutes and look at the contract and see what it is? You know, they're stalling, and now they want to try to put a junkyard right in the middle of my boatyard. I'm trying to build a commercial dock. I'm trying to build a charter company to come be based out of St. Kitts. The minister, when they were in opposition, the minister for number 4, was very excited to say, yes, we want to do this once they get in power. Now, once they get in power, they don't want me to do it. They look like they want somebody else to come and do it.
Yeah, and I want to speak to you about that today. The sun, the glare is coming over, so could you come this way and let me take a different position?
Sure.
Safe, yeah, get a much better thing. Come this way. Yeah, that's good there. You're not blocking the road. Now, I can recall during the campaign of 22, the minister for that area, Mr. Samuel Duggins, he was campaigning that there's going to be a commercial dock in that area of New Guinea, and the investors is prime and ready to roll, and there would have been some action there within the year. At first, I really thought that that investor or investors he spoke about was foreign investment, only to find out that you were the investor. So what happened between then and now?
Well, what's happening now is I have the piles, I have the equipment. I just need to be paid for the work I've done. so I could get the title for the land, because I'm not going to put down the play until I have the full title and full permissions from them. This is a commercial that will benefit everybody. I have proven myself in terms of Port Zante. I have done built marinas. I have built piers. Actually, the piers down there, I have built those. The breakwater, I built the breakwater. So it's not like we think we could do it. We have done it, and we continue to do it, and we will do it. But this victimization by putting a junkyard in the middle of my boatyard, what does that say? They are intentionally trying to destroy my business, destroy opportunities. But, you know, my case on the 11th of November, 2 of the 3 cases are going to be called. Those 2 cases, the government has not even been able to put in a defense. They have the Coast Guard boat down there, which they have not been paying for. Customs have about 4 to 5 boats down there, which they have not been paying for. They want me to just waive all of that, and they're not guaranteeing me what they're doing. I'm calling on the Chamber of Industry and Commerce to come up and stand up. Businesses, local businesses need a chance to, opportunity to thrive in St. Kitts. We can't just eat in the crumbs. When the government is giving financial assistance to all these other companies coming in, I am not asking for any financial assistance. I'm just asking to be paid. I'm asking for negotiations. And the negotiations doesn't have to be the lawyers. We sit down, we say, look, this is what the case is. What could you live with? What could I live with? You can't ask for better than that. Clearly, the AG's office know that they owe me money. He said it on the media. The AG went on the media and said that he has no intentions for the land down there. The Prime Minister followed suit and said what the AG said. They have no plans for down there. But yet, they're giving out the lands to a junkyard? Really, a junkyard in the middle of the boatyard. Not inside on the edge, on the outside, within the bounds of what I negotiated in 2021.
And they are very deliberate in their actions, because it is clear that this government, in my view, is doing their best to destroy the St. Kitts Marine Works. Simply because just a few weeks ago, the complaint was about bringing in some company from South Africa or wherever, Nigeria, to set up business down there. And we fought against it, the people fought against it. As a matter of fact, some people were saying the awareness march that the CEC did, the Citizens Empowerment Coalition, back in September, they weren't aware what it was all about. This is one of the things we are speaking about. There are so many local businesses, citizens that have been affected by this dual-led Labour administration, but they're accommodating foreigners. If we've been following the stories about the Christophe Harbour, we just found out about that some months ago, and the Prime Minister himself at his round table stated that a contract that was put in place by the former Labour leader and Prime Minister Dr. Denzel Douglas under his administration is still intact after 20 years, though they did not live up to their contract in terms of what they were supposed to deliver to our beloved Federation. But that is intact. The Galaxy project down there, the Ramada, still nobody understands what's going on there. The same Galaxy company who is responsible for building our prison over there in Estridge Estate, that is still questionable. There's a lot to talk about on that. I'm not going to touch that at the moment, but I will touch it on Wednesday evening during my live podcast.
So could I say this? On the Christophe Harbour, while I was there, I had to protest because I had a problem getting paid. You know, the government gave Christophe Harbour 60 million US. That's 43 million EC dollars the government gave to Christophe Harbour to help them. Why can't they help a local man by just paying what he owes, what he's owed? Or at least come to the table to negotiate? Why is this thing going on and on and on? Yes, I'm taking it to the court, but they're stalling. The last 2 years waiting is stalling that the AG's office has done. We have filed it. I can have all the paperwork. I can show anybody who wants to see it. We filed it, and the AG's office, because the AG was my lawyer, I think he knows my weak spot. I told him the one thing I didn't want, and that's what the AG's office came and did. Nobody could convince me. He did not pinch someone in the office, just ask for international arbitration. Once he did that, that's all. That's a breach of confidentiality from the AG's office. And that's what they did to me. Then I told them I don't want to lose the land. And then they could come in the letter on the 31st saying if I don't withdraw my case, I will lose the land. and then they will sue me for the land. I mean, this is enough. It's really ridiculous. I'm calling for negotiations. Sit down. I don't need to have lawyers. I'm the one who makes the decision for my company. Let's say what you owe me, what I owe you, how much you're going to pay me, what you're going to give me. If you don't have the cash, I could take the land. If you want to just give me the land I'm contracted for, pay me the cash difference. It's very straightforward. These are numbers. The papers are there. The contract is there. A first year, it doesn't have to be a lawsuit. I could look down and read the contract and see what it is and do the calculations. The AG's office came with a lot of details with all the other aspects of the monies that I owed. They're saying according to the land of payment. So I know they're capable of doing the calculations. They need to come and negotiate.
But what I understood when I spoke with you originally, you did some work for the farm administration. I think it was over at the Old Wood Fisheries and Breakwater and whatever, and monies was owed to you. So when you received this contract, you proposed to buy this property, you was happy to finalize that matter and settle, because you know once you get your monies from the government, you could pay them off and everything is over.
Right.
But since then to now, you have not received your monies.
Correct.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. While you was fighting with the farmer administration under the Timothy-led Team Unity, the attorney that you had representing you against the farmer administration was the current AG?
Yes.
Garth Wilkin
Garth Wilkin
was
my
your
attorney
representing you.
I met with him in chambers. I paid him for consultation. I confided in him my details of the transaction. Every lawyer have to discuss the strong points and the weak points. And I could now publicly say, one of my weak points was that the contract gave a possibility of international arbitration. That now is cost me $800,000. I told him I did not have the cash at the time to do that. So let's try to negotiate. I told him, when you're doing our deals, let's try to negotiate, or to try to get it held in local courts. I also told him why I worked for 20 years down at the boatyard. I don't want to lose the land. And that's why he used that information right against me. You know, and I think he's still using it against me. No, he's the AG. So
your former attorney that was representing you about a matter against the farmer administration, the Team Unity government led by Timothy Harris, who was the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, is now the Attorney General under the Dr. Juled Labour administration, who represent the country. I always hear them say, government are continuous.
Absolutely.
So if government are continuous, I think it's unfortunate that our Prime Minister, my good friend, Dr. Terence Joe, does not see it fit to do the right thing and get rid of the Attorney General, because he have made so many mistakes since he have taken that position. The Nanny Gate matter should have been enough to get rid of the Attorney General, and now this in itself, this matter should have been resolved without even getting it to the public, because your former attorney, who is the head of the legal service on St. Kitts, should have been able to sit down with his former client and said, listen, I am now in a position to settle the matter that we fought against. Let's get this matter resolved. So it got to be something more than...
something personal.
It's something personal. So I'm going to ask you a personal question. This DJ and now media person, I love to get them to the nitty-gritty. I've heard you make this statement that you are the neighbor to the AG. You all have to come out of each other's door in order, one at a time, otherwise you're going to butt up. Basically.
Yes.
You sure you didn't went into the AG door one day when he wasn't there?
Only time. I'm not going to comment on that.
Well, I have to ask the question. You don't have to comment on it. But this is something, it seems very personal to me, that the AG is not acting rational in taking care of the people's business. This is a personal vendetta to be settled against Reggie. And I have to hurt Reggie. Whatever it takes, I'm going to hit him where it hurts. This is what I'm seeing.
I'm happy I'm not the only one seeing it that way. But I always wonder what it is that I do. But then sometimes you don't have to do anything. You just have to be yourself. And people get jealous.
Yeah, but the Prime Minister, as the head of state, head of the country, because head of state really is the monarchy, represented by the Governor General, my good friend there, Honorable Marcella Libod. And I want to know what Marcella is saying about these things, because, I mean, prior to this government getting into office, these folks was accessible. Their numbers, you could have called it and they pick up on the first ring. They would be messaging you on a daily basis with some kind of issue with the farmer administration. Well, I would like to know where Marcella is on this matter. So I'm going to try and reach out to the Governor General, because the situation is, this is stink to high heaven, is an embarrassment to our beloved Federation.
Could I say this? I am a King's Commission officer. That is why I'm doing a one-man protest. I'm not doing it with other people. I'm not calling against the downfall of the government or anything along that lines. I'm trying not to let politics get in this, even though politics is in this. But I think the Prime Minister could come out and settle this matter. I've reached out to him, willing to talk, willing to negotiate. I'm even willing to build a pier. When I build a pier, I'm going to give the pier to the Federation. Only one requirement I have. It has to be named after my father. They say, honor thy mother and thy father. I've named the Marina Telka. My mother was able to unveil it and see it. I feel so proud of that. My father knows the pier is going to be called after him, but he passed away. He was not able to see it. I just needed to be named to complete my obligations in my life, which I feel obligated to. The PM is ultimately responsible. The Prime Minister could call me up. He knows my number. He could message me. We're all human beings here. Settle this matter. Elections are coming. It'd be great for him to be able to have a cruise ship coming down there. I don't care if he gets the mileage or not, but he needs to act now. We need to act now and not put a junkyard in the middle of the boatyard. That's the ultimate embarrassment.
The Prime Minister of today, in my view, is not the individual that we know and know of as Dr. Joe, Dr. Terence Joe. A phone call is the easiest thing for the Prime Minister to make. The Prime Minister used to call me 5:30 in the morning for conversations. Sometimes to just see how I'm doing. It's been months that I have been separated from the Prime Minister and his party. I'm going to be a part of the government because I'm a citizen of this country. So whichever government runs this country is a part of me. The Prime Minister is yet to pick up the phone and say, DJ, as he would say, Jeff Roy, as he would say, how are you doing? Whatever is going on, how can we resolve this matter for the betterment of the country? I've yet to hear that. So I don't think you're going to get that phone call. But just as I'm going to remind the Prime Minister, prior to him coming Prime Minister, he stood right on the opposite side of the road here with a placard as a one-man protest. He was the then leader of the newly elected Labour party at the time. And I remember police walk up to him and tell him he had to move. I don't think, and I would have never believed, that the Prime Minister of the day would allow us to come to this where a citizen in a good standing as yourself, a man of this soil that have, like I said, invested and contributed so much in the marine industry, would be out here standing up like this while you got these wicked, nasty, dirty, cigarette smoking serpents walking around, acting as they are some big honcho. They are some great advisor. All they're doing is dividing the country. I have an issue that our Prime Minister...
I didn't know the Prime Minister did this. I feel I'm in good company then.
You're in good company. The Prime Minister stood up right across the street there from you. Back in 22, the one-man protest. I got the pictures. This DJ, when he applied for a permit to protest against the wrongdoing of the farmer administration, and I was denied. This DJ walked the streets of Bastille by himself. Thousands online and social media. So while they thought it was just one man walking the streets, it was thousands of people online with the DJ. Just as a few weeks ago, the awareness march, that they were saying that the crowd was small. And I told them, meet me online. I don't expect people in St. Kitts to come out and put themselves in situations where the government is going to victimize them and their people. So I always have it online. This protest that you're doing here, Mr. Reggie, it's online. It's on Facebook. It will be on YouTube for millions to see. And I would want to know, how would the Prime Minister feel going out there meeting with other world figures, discussing with them about doing all good for the citizens around the globe. But in his country, he cannot take care of his own business. They say, clean the yampy out your eye before you tell somebody about the yampy in the eye. Clean your backyard first before you try to clean somebody else's backyard. The Prime Minister is telling us that he's trying to build a bridge to Africa. Yet, Nevis, that is 5 minutes across the waters. The Prime Minister is yet to go there and meet with his nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis, where he said he's the Prime Minister for all. There's so much that we can speak about where this Prime Minister have dropped the ball. But I can let him know one thing, and he could take this to the bank. The DJ can tell him. Judgment Day is on its way. When I said to Dwyer Astafan in 2021, I am campaigning for election in 2022. Dwyer Astafan looked at me on my podcast, and he said, but Jeff Roy, election was just in 2020. And election is not constitutionally due until 2025. How you expect to get election in 2022? I said, Dwyer, let me ask you a question. There's some big stone around Allred there. Do you think the DJ could go around there and pick up one, put in his vehicle and take it to St. Paul's? He said no. I said, but if I get a 2-pound hammer, a cold chisel, and a bucket, and go around there every evening and chip off some stone and bring it to my yard in St. Paul's, can't I move it in time? He said yes. Well, we know the end result of that. The former Prime Minister terminated 6 of them at a blow. In 2022, May, 6 of them. On August 5th, there was federal election in St. Kitts and Nevis. On August 6th, we saw a new Prime Minister. And for the first 6 months, I'm going to give him that much, I think he was on the right track. Somewhere along the line, I find it hard to believe that our good gentleman, the Dr. Terence Jew, could turn this bad in that short space of a time. I think he had to have it in him all along. I don't think these folks care about locals. They don't care about this country. As I've said in the past, we speak about good governance. Where are the good governance? Freedom of information. They passed it right in this building, up there in Parliament. Good governance. Integrity in public life. Where is it? Where is it? This is what we campaign on. This is what we vote for. And I am out here with you, Reggie. And I want you to stand strong because the people is behind you. Mr. Marisha is good, man.
What you got for me? As a book. So
your books? I'm trying to get something for you from the government that everybody could benefit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to see you on Facebook with that.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to check you out. I'm going to check you out.
All right, man.
I want to say thank you so much for coming out. Because people like you let the word get out.
You're a fan? You is my fan. Okay, I'm happy to know you are my fan. But don't say it too loud, you know, because anybody who is my fan, they got a problem with the government, you know, so be careful. You're not afraid nobody. I appreciate you not afraid nobody, but I don't want him to come after you. All right. All right, good.
Thank you very much for coming out. And I'm once again hoping let's big people sit down and negotiate, sort out this matter. This is ridiculous. This is the country.
Well, Brother Rich, for sure, we're going to get this matter resolved one way or the other. Like I was saying before the gentleman came into the play. Election going to be in 2026. Whether you all like it or not, election will be in 2026. So I am just calling on the masses and the citizens and tell them, you see, they start giving out land papers. You're all going to see all kind of benefits coming. You're all going to get money wrapped up in T-shirts. Whatever thousands they give you all, take the money. It belongs to you. When the time comes and you walk into that voter's booth, just remember what you suffered for the last 3 years. Because this government, the amount of money that has been wasted in the last 3+ years, while the people are suffering in this country. You got kids, parents, and alike that are suffering. Would you believe that for some parents that go out there for help from social services, they give them a form to fill out, they even want to know how much underwear the kids have? How does how much underwear the kids have determine what they got to put in their stomach or to pay the bill while they are getting tailor-made suits by our tax dollar? When they take their clothes to the cleaners, it's our tax dollar pay for that, you know, Reggie. When they jump on the plane, go and come, first class, is our tax dollar. They go on several times a week, is our tax dollar. What are they bringing back? On the 31st of October, we're going to have our second awareness march, kicking off from down at the ferry terminal. And I'm going to say again to the people of St. Kitts Nevis, for those of you who know you cannot take the pressure, continue doing what you're doing. Stay on the sideline and look on until such time. But for those of you who can stand the strain, I am asking you to come out and stand in solidarity with yourself, all citizens. This is not about Reggie Well Francis. This is not just about St. Kitts Marine Works. This is about a country that is heading over a cliff and all of us is going there. This SSZ business in Nevis is coming to St. Kitts. And we have seen the lies. I don't think I need to get into it now. I will deal with that on Wednesday evening. But the lies from the Premier and the Prime Minister and now the AG and everybody that they're doing damage control, we're going to take care of it. My mission is to continue speaking to the people, educate the people, empower the people that are not paying attention. That when they come and they ask the DJ for a beer and the DJ say, I don't have it, they get upset with the DJ. But they're not upset with the ministers of government that's sitting in this building that are getting millions in their bank accounts and don't even come out into the community to see how you're surviving, how you're living. Reggie, it bleeds my heart to see what you're going through. And I'm going to appeal to any individual out there that the Sustainable Department has tried to use as props to destroy your business and sell them land that is under contract with St. Kitts Marine Works, to abstain from proceeding in getting those pieces of lands. Let's stand up to the government, the bad actors. Let's not fight among ourselves, because this is what they're trying to do. Putting us to fight against each other is called divide and conquer. So, again, my good people, I want to say to you, share the live, spread the news, encourage your family and friends and associates that can come out on the 31st at 3:30, meet us at the ferry terminal. And they got a new thing going. They say the DJ is begging money. Every corporation, every organization, even the Labour Party, the PLP, the PAM, the CCM, the NRP, everybody out there who not doing bake sale, cake sale, breakfast sale, they are asking for financial support because this business costs a lot of money. So when the DJ said to you, make a contribution if you can to help offset the expense, the DJ is not begging. The DJ is working for you and asking you, if you cannot be there in person, and even if you can be there in person, to assist with the financial burden to make sure that we get rid of these bad actors. The Prime Minister is the one that used that word. He stand in Parliament and said they were bad actors, while some of them sitting right there next to him. He couldn't call the name because he knows he's one of them. So, Brother Francis, I'll give you the final say. You know the DJ could talk all day, but I'm going to give you the final say before I sign off.
I will say this, I've given my time to try to convince these people. The best act is to negotiate. We're all adults. This is for our country. what you're doing, what they're doing, trying to put a junkyard in the middle of the eastern side of the boatyard, it is the height of vindictiveness. It is crazy. If you're trying to develop this country, you're going to try to put a junkyard after you're still negotiating. After you realize I'm not withdrawing my court case, and that my court case on the 11th of November is the final sitting for that's going to be. And guess what? They have no defense in, and it's too late for them to put in defense. So they will lose 2 of the 3 cases right off the bat. And because of that, I guess, like I said, the AG knows I didn't want to lose the boatyard. But guess what? I'm to the point where if I lose the boatyard, it's a material thing, it will go. But who's going to suffer? The whole country. Because there's no other marine sector like how mine is building. The opportunity to get a commercial dock, mine was a proven principle. I have the piles there, I have the equipment there. That could have been done in time. If they have it in 2026, guess what? The pier could have been done in time. But it's not too late. They need to negotiate. I'm willing to go ahead and do what's best for the country and what's best for the marine sector. Locals need a chance. All these concessions for foreigners, locals need a chance at it too. I'm not asking for any money for a gift. I'm asking to pay me what's owed to me. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you. Let me take another look at your plaque there. Just for the folks to get a good read. Just swing this way. Or just not the next way. Yeah, stand there. Thank you, Brother Redwell Francis. And I look forward to following up with you and hope that the common sense will prevail and the negotiations will restart and we get a settlement out of this thing. My good people, I'm DJ Marisha, coming to you live here from Church Street, Bastille St. Kitts. I am the voice of the people who cannot speak for themselves. Let me just swing my camera that you can see who is DJ Marisha, because I know some of you wonder, who is that guy? So, here is the young man DJ Marisha here. This is the DJ in full circle here. Church Street, Bastille St. Kitts. Keeping the news coming and the DJ Marisha's media. Until such time, love every time.